Hi everyone, this is Rion Paper. I hope you're doing well and Happy New Year. First video of 2026, I think. I'm currently filming this on the 30th of December, but don't think the video will go up until Friday. I hope you've had a good couple of weeks. It's been a while since I've uploaded the video. I've been quite busy. Good stuff though, mostly preppings for just prepping for the move for our new house, and also just, family time around the holidays. So lots of stuff going on. But I thought it was finally time to sit down and film a sort of ranking video of all of the Colorverse Colorvent inks. I've been doing both the Diamine ink vent and the Colorvent this year. I'm a little behind on swatching, so at one point I decided to just keep on swatching the Colorvent inks, and I still have to finish the Diamine ink vent ones. But I just wanted to kind of recap what inks were in the Colorvent and kind of what my opinion is on them. Please don't take this too seriously. If I'm putting your favorite ink in the I wish this wasn't included section, please don't be offended. I'm very happy that you got an ink that you love. I mean, there's so many people, there's so many different tastes, so there's bound to be something in it for everyone, but there's always going to be something that you don't like, and that's cool about it. So we have 24 inks, but kind of 23 plus this thingy. One of the days included this Morning Frost on Mars Glee Mix, which is basically a shimmer additive with this gorgeous sort of pearlescent pink stuff shimmer. It's really cool, and I love that they included this. I think it's a really unique thing to include in an ink vent calendar, and I think if there were like 5 of these bottles, then a lot of people would have been kind of upset about it because they were paying for inks, and you're probably not going to be able to write with this just as it is. But just the inclusion of something that probably none of us were expecting, I found that really cool. I think it's a nice color. I didn't really swatch it because, I tried, but it's really, really hard to see just on its own. So yeah, I'll just put the bottle with love it, and that's it. So then we have 23 cards of inks. They're not really in order anymore, so I'm just gonna go through them. I have come up with 4 categories. The one on the top is the Love It category. Basically, those are my favorites from the Colorvent. The ones that made me just really happy, either because I love it and I don't have anything like it, or just because it's just like one of my favorite colors, even if I have something that may be quite similar. Then we have the nice and or unique. Those are the ones that either I like it, but it's a little bit like some of the other inks that I already have, so it's not like really adding anything to my collection, or I can appreciate it for like what it brings to the table because it's something like new and unique in my opinion, but I don't love it as much. Then with the category usable, which are inks that don't really excite me, maybe colors that I don't particularly love, but that I do think I would ink up at some point and I would use it. I mean, it's not a color that's like offensive to my eyes or an ink that's like particularly unusable. And then there's the meh color group. Don't know if there would be much in there because I'm not the harshest critic, I think. But those are basically the inks where I'm like, yeah, I really wouldn't have cared if this was not included at all. We'll see. I remember last year from Diamine, there was just like a pink in there that I just really didn't like. But other than that, maybe some very heavy sheeners. I'm not too big on those, but we'll see. Let's just get into it. So the first ink is Colorverse Golden Air Glow. And let me just check if my camera is still running because the screen keeps turning off. This is a gorgeous sort of, it's a brown, but it has some green undertones and it has a gorgeous, gorgeous golden shimmer. This is honestly one of my favorites from the entire Colorvent. I love the color. I don't have anything like it. And basically it's just like a favorite. So let's just put that up there. And then we have Lunar Black. And Lunar Black is, I can see why people would say that it's underwhelming. I mean, it is just a black, but it's a really nice black in my opinion. It's cool because it's not entirely black. It's more like a really dark gray. And it's kind of different on different types of paper. On this watercolor paper, it's a little bit more purple, whereas on Tomuri River paper, I found that it's a little bit more green. I think it's a really, really cool color. It's not a favorite. I mean, I wasn't particularly wowed by it, but it's definitely one of the colors that I like a lot from this Colorvent. So I'm going to put it in the nice and or unique group. Then we have an ink that I didn't particularly love. This is Sojourner. It's a very dark purple with a quite strong bronze sheen. The sheen is nice, but in writing, I feel like this is just one of those inks that's just going to be like almost black with sheen. And those are just not colors that excite me. It could be worse because I really like how kind of dark and bronzy the sheen is. So it's going to go with usable, but it's probably one of those inks that I'm going to ink my partner's fountain pen up with because he likes using my darker sheening inks. Whereas I don't particularly love them. Then we've got Winter Wonderland. And I didn't really know what to expect with this ink. It's a teal color with I was going to say blue shimmer, but actually in this lighting, the shimmer looks almost green. So maybe the shimmer is just like a teal as well. I really like this. Is it a favorite? I don't know. I don't think it is. But it is nice and kind of unique. I don't know. I'm kind of... Let's just give it the... what's it called? Let's just put it here with the Love It. Let's be generous. Then we've got Pink Salt. And I am not big on pinks. But this color, for some reason, I really like it. What you often see with colors like this is that they tend to have this sort of yellowish orange undertone that kind of makes me feel a little bit uneasy because it reminds me of I hope I don't ruin it for you now, but it kind of always reminds me of wound fluids. But this one doesn't have that. This is like a blossom pink that reminds me of cherry blossom, of indeed Pink Salt. It's a really lovely color. Do I see myself really using it? Well, probably not that much. It's very light. So I think I'm going to go with usable. But... Or am I just going to go with... No, I'm going to go with nice. It's quite nice. Then we have another really cool one. This is Cosmic Reef. And Cosmic Reef is wild because it's so different on different types of paper. And it is so different while it is drying. And like when you put this down in a big swatch and it is wet, it is super blue. But then as it dries down, just as you are watching the paper, as you are watching the ink dry, it turns this kind of grayish green very quickly, and it has this dark reddish brown sheen. it kind of takes a lot of things that I don't particularly love in inks, but makes them great. And that is what I find really cool about this ink. So even though I wasn't expecting this, this is definitely one of my favorites from the calendar. Then we have Red Aurora, and it is one of those colors that, just gonna spoil it, is gonna go with Sojourner in the usable category. It is usable because it is bright, it is legible, it has great flow, but I don't really love these reds with their pinkish undertones. I like that it doesn't have too much sheen and that the sheen isn't this sort of acidic greenish yellow, but it's this like quite muted gold. But I don't particularly love it. Then we've got Diamond Planet, and Diamond Planet has a gorgeous, gorgeous base color. It's somewhere between a teal and a blue. It reminds me a lot of one of the walls in our house that we painted kind of this color, and I really like it. It does have a little bit too much sheen for my liking in the Ontomo River paper, but it's a really lovely base color, so I think it's going to go with nice. And then we've got Polar Night, and I have mixed feelings about this because I love how this looks, and it's a really cool color, and I think it would look amazing with this Glee mix. But it's also like super, super light, so can you really just like write with this? So it's not going to go with Love It because I just don't really think that it's going to be super usable. But I'm going to put it with nice and or unique because I do think it's a really unique color. Then we've got another really exciting one. This is Follow the Water. It has this kind of gross, but I also love it base color that is kind of this olivey brown yellow, and it has a blue shimmer. Like, who came up with that? That is a wild combination, but I think it's great, and I really like it. I feel like the shimmers are doing good in this calendar. Then we've got Maven Mission, and this ink was wet and very, very saturated. It's a gorgeous purple and it has a beautiful sheen. It's not too bright. It's almost moody. However, if I'm being really honest, I feel like I have seen at least a million inks that have a similar color, and it's beautiful. I like it, but it just doesn't really excite me. So it's going to go with usable. Then we have Golden Mist. And Golden Mist is another one that is wild. You can even see the chromo shading on this watercolor paper, which isn't particularly good at showing the chromo shading. On Tomo River paper, this goes from a light, fairly unsaturated yellow to a orange to a pink. It has a ton of colors and I love it. I think it would look amazing with the Glee mix to have this sort of sunrise, sunset kind of vibe. It's great. I love it. I could deduct points for it being very light when you write with it, but unlike Polar Night, I like it so much that I'm just gonna pretend that I don't see that. Then we've got Blood Falls, and Blood Falls was honestly a little disappointing to me. It's quite similar to another color that we will get to in the calendar, but that was actually like before it. But this one is just, let's just take the other one as well. So the one I'm talking about is Martian Dust. And Blood Falls kind of takes everything I like about Martian Dust and kind of does it worse. Martian Dust is more vibrant, more red, less sheen, a little less wet. And I don't know, Blood Falls to me was just like, I really could have done without it. It's not terrible, but if you've already got Martian Dust in the calendar, which I love, why also include Blood Falls? So for me, that was one of the inks that I was like, just, I didn't care about that one. Martian Dust, however, I really like. I would put it with Love It if it weren't for the fact that it's not a particularly unique color, but it's really nice. It's beautiful. So it's going to go with nice. So far, I feel like we're doing good. There's a lot more in the upper classes of this ranking than the other ones. How are we doing screen-wise? Okay, so this is not going to fit, huh? Well, what do I do? What do I do about this? I can't zoom out further. I have no idea how I did this last year. Maybe if let me try something. Okay, this is not going to fix it entirely, but we have some room. I've kind of put the categories out of this frame, but I think we can make this work for now. Then we have Apollon, and Apollon is one of the inks that I have currently inked up in a pen, and I love it. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. It's a little on the drier side, but to be honest, I have quite a few pens that have quite good flows, so I like those better with inks that are a little bit drier. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just wondering, do I put it with Love It, or do I put it with Nice? Because I feel like it's similar to Martian Dust in that it's just a color that's really like in that color palette that I like, but it's not particularly unique. So I feel like Apollon should go with the nice and or unique color category because it doesn't have both. Then we have Erebus Crater, I think it's pronounced. A wonderful greenish gray, grayish green, whatever you prefer, with a chromo shading that has these kind of pink undertones. It's cool. I like it. I don't love it. Not that it wouldn't be usable, not that I have anything that's super similar, but just because I appreciate the color for what it is, but I don't love the color, if that makes sense. Then we have Milky Sea, another shimmer, this time a kind of darker periwinkle. I think it's a blurple. I thought it was blue, but it looks kind of purple in this light. It has a turquoise shimmer. It's pretty. It's not a favorite. If I had to choose between this one or the other shimmers we've seen so far, I would probably pick those. So I'm going to put this with the nice and or unique. Then we have the Void. The Void is really cool. It's super dark. It looks like a black. It kind of is a black. But if you like wash your utensils, like a dip pen or something afterwards, it's purple. It's very purple. So basically this is a black that is just a really, really, really dark purple. It's very cool. It's not a favorite, but I do like it. And we're already running out of space again. There are too many good inks. If these categories were more balanced, then I feel like this would fit. I don't know. I'm just I'll make a good picture afterwards that I'm gonna put on the screen because then I can make it with like a wide lens, but I can't use that while filming. Then we have Sun Grazing Comet, and Sun Grazing Comet is nice. In terms of the blues in the calendar, I do think I like Diamond Planet better. Although I do like how bright Sun Grazing Comet is, but it's quite a wet ink, and it has a little too much sheen for my liking, which is funny because you don't really see that on this paper. But on Tomei River paper, this one sheens quite a lot, and it's one of those colors that I do think is usable. I mean, I have it in a pen right now, but it's not that stunning. Then we have Little Green Men. I don't know. What I like about this color is that it's a nice balance to all of the other colors in the calendar. In this calendar, there is nothing like this. Is it a color that I really like? No. Is it a color that I use a lot? Not particularly. So I feel like it is usable, but to be honest, I kind of wouldn't have cared if it wasn't in here, so maybe I'm just going to put this with meh. Do I? I think so. I think this one is going to go with meh, but maybe when spring comes around and I feel like using light greens, then it's suddenly, I like it better, if that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of into wintry colors right now because that feels like it fits the season, and this one is just like very much not that. But I mean, it's not a bad color. But I mean, neither is Blood Falls, and I put that with meh as well. I mean, I have to put something there, right? Right? Okay, just a couple more. We have Snow Angel. Snow Angel is cool. I like it. For me, it's a little bit like Pink Salt. I mean, not that they're similar, but it's one of those shades of pink that I do like. Whereas there's quite a bit of pinks that I don't like. But this one is cool. Also a good mix, I think, with the Glee mix. Just, make it sparkly. I just want to try all of these with Glee mix. Yeah, so this one is going to go with nice and or unique as well. Then we've got Flame Nebula. Definitely another contender for that category. I feel like that category is the most populated of this calendar, and we're going to get to that in a second, but I like this. Flame Nebula is fairly unique in my collection in that I don't have a lot of reddish oranges, which is kind of what this is in my opinion. But this is kind of a color that I find really hard to describe. I'd say this is a reddish orange, but it's very unsaturated, and that is what makes it really cool in my opinion. I maybe even put this with, no, it's not a favorite. Is it? No, it's gonna go with the nice and or unique. And then the very last one, I didn't like this one. This is Blue Hole, this is kind of a unique ink because it's a very light blue that kind of chroma shades to yellow. But I feel like that kind of looks gross. I don't know why, but it looks like someone peed on this card. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this was your favorite. I hope it wasn't, but this one's going to go with the meh. So I've sorted the inks. Apparently I had opinions. To me, this is not surprising at all, the way that I've laid it out. I know that these are kind of colors that I don't love. These are colors that I'm kind of indifferent about. And then these are all colors that I really like. And then the top row are ones that I just wasn't expecting, but they're just really, really cool and I love them. So that's kind of what this is for me. I'm kind of using this exercise kind of to think like, was this a good purchase? Did I enjoy the Colorverse? Was it worth it, the Colorvent? Would I consider buying it again, like maybe next year? I think I would. I feel like there's quite a bit of colors that are maybe not as unique as the Diamine Inkvent inks, or not as crazy, but that I do really, really like, and that I do get excited about using them. And I mean, you can make up something really crazy and really fun, but if I don't like it, then I'm probably not going to use it. So I'm glad, and I feel like I'm kind of a bit lucky that some of the weirder, more special ones out there from this Colorvent were colors that I really liked. I mean, I can totally get if you say like Follow the Water is like one of the most ugly inks I've ever seen. I mean, I could understand why, because it's just really weird, but it's just like a good kind of weird. So yeah, I'm really happy with the Colorvent this year. I loved it. I didn't get last year's one, and then I was watching all of these swatches, and I had a big case of FOMO, and I tried getting it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I was like, okay, if they come out with another one, I'm definitely gonna get it, and I did, and I don't regret it. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Curious to see what we end up with for the Diamine Ink Fand calendar. I'm definitely gonna tally all of the points to see like how many of each category we got. I'm just gonna write that down. So we have 3 inks that I considered meh, which are Blood Force, LGM, and Blue Hole. So we've got 3. Then in the usable category, we've got 4: Sojourner, Red Aurora, Maven Mission, and Sun-Grazing Comet. Then in the nice and or unique category, we have Lunar Black, Pink Salt, Diamond Planet, Polar Night, Martian Dust, Apollon, Erebus Crater, Milky Sea, The Void, Snow Angel, and Flame Nebula, which is 11 colors. And then the Love It category has the Gleamix, Golden Airglow, Winter Wonderland, Cosmic Reef, Follow the Water, and Golden Mist. So that is 6. Did I count that correctly? We have 17. Yeah, okay, so 24 inks. Or 24 bottles, if we don't count the Gleamix as an ink. So, yeah. Oh, still need to spread them out for a picture, but we'll get to that. Yeah, excited to hear what you think of this ranking and of the Colorvent. Did you get it this year? Do you regret getting it? Are you happy that you got it? Do you regret not getting it? Which inks are you going to vote for if you can vote about it? I've heard that we can vote for 3 inks that we want to see as full bottles. And honestly, I am not sure yet what I'm gonna do. I feel like they should come from my love it category. If I just had to pick right now, I would probably say Golden Airglow, Follow the Water, and Golden Mist. Or maybe Cosmic Reef instead of Follow the Water. I'm definitely going to go for Golden Mist and Golden Airglow because I love them both, and I'm only now realizing that they both have golden in the name, which is kind of emphasizing my magpie personality. But yeah, I have to think about this. These are big decisions, even though my single vote's probably not going to matter that much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hope you have a great year, and yeah, talk to you soon. Bye!